Hi everyone, welcome to the Composite Information Server installation tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to demo how to install Composite Information Server on a Windows machine. We'll take a look at the Composite Information Server supported Windows platforms and the prerequisites necessary for installing the Composite Information Server software. We'll also look at the ports Composite Information Server uses and the supported repository databases for CIS. Then an installation of CIS, Composite Information Server, would follow. These are the supported Windows platforms for Composite Information Server version 6.2. Composite Information Server version 6.2 can be installed on any of these Windows machines. The Windows Server 2000, Windows Server 2003, Server 2008, Windows XP Professional, Windows Vista, and Windows 7. Composite Information Server Studio, the development client, can only be installed on a Windows platform and is not available on a Unix platform. These are the prerequisites to install Composite Information Server on the Windows machine. So the disk space prerequisite, you would need 500 MB for composite installation, 300 MB for composite repository database, and 10 GB for Composite Information Server temp directory. The Composite Information Server creates a temp directory for computational use on the same partition on which it is installed. Processing of large queries can take more than 10 GB of disk space. The location of the temp directory can be changed and directed to use a mounted partition via the configuration setting of the Composite Information Server. For running Composite Information Server, these are the physical memory requirements. So you would need 200 MB for design and development and 700 MB for deployment. Additional physical memory is required to run other applications. Admin rights are required on the host machine where you would like to install the Composite Information Server. Admin rights are required since installation of the Composite Information Server creates two services and also creates folders. Composite Server requires a block of 9 ports for use by Composite Information Server and associated services. By default, ports 9400 through 9409 are reserved for use by add-on products when they are installed. If the default port 9400 is not available, Composite Information Server finds the next available port number. This is a list of ports that Composite Information Server requires. So the port setting for the web services HTTP communication serves as the base port from which all other port settings are derived. As you can see, the base port for HTTP server, the default base port is 9400, and then you can add 1 through 9 to get the ports for JDBC, ODBC, monitor process, MySQL database, composite monitor, and so on. These are the databases that are supported as a repository for Composite Information Server 6.2 version. The MySQL version 5, Oracle 10G, Oracle 11G, Sybase version 12.5. Now let's see how to install Composite Information Server on the Windows 2003 Server operating system. So this is the Windows 2003 Server operating system. I have logged in as the administrator. So the first requirement or the prerequisite is to ensure that the disk space of the Composite Information Server is more than about 10 GB. So if I go into the C drive, I can see that there is around 35 GB of space available on the C drive. The temp folder is also located on the C drive. Next, for the physical memory requirements, I go into Task Manager, and then if I hit Performance, tab, you can see that the available physical memory is around 2.8 GB. Now let's go ahead and install Composite Information Server. I have the setup file out here, the version 6.2, the 32-bit version. Now I'm going to run this setup file as an administrator. So I'm going to do a right click and do a run as administrator. It is going to extract the setup file and then we can proceed with the installation. So we can start the installation now. Hit next and accept the license agreement. So this would be the default installation directory of the Composite Information Server. It is going to be on the C drive, program files, composite software and Composite Information Server 6.2.0. So here you can select the components that you would like to install on the host machine. There is the server component, studio component, JDBC component and ODBC component. The discovery is also included in the installation of the Composite Information Server. So this is an important step. The MySQL is the repository, the default repository that is installed with the Composite Information Server. You would have to specify the DBA password and make sure you note this password for future administrative use. Now hit next. So it is going to create a shortcuts directory in the start menu. Now hit install and this is going to take care of the installation of the Composite Information Server. So we get a successful installation message and it's saying that Composite Server has been started and is running as a service. The initial administration password is admin. So let's hit done. Now let's look at the composite information server log file, which is located in the home directory. Program files, composite software. In the logs folder, there should be something saying cs server.log. So let's look into the log file. There you go. There is a message saying composite server and it is ready. Now let's connect to the composite information server through the studio client. So the default password of admin is admin. You're connecting through the composite domain and you're connecting to the local host through the port 9400. So it's going to connect to the composite information server. So it says that it is the trial version. There is 30 days remaining. So you can just hit OK and you're logged in into the composite information server. So that is basically the installation of composite information server on a Windows machine. Now let's see how to install a service pack on a Windows machine. So the service pack is a zipped package of files that provide bug fixes and may include enhanced functionality of the composite information server. So I have the patch here, which is a zipped file. The first thing to do is to stop the composite information server. You can do it right from here. It says stop composite information server. I'm going to click that and it is going to stop. So the composite information server has stopped. Now you're going to unzip this file to the composite information server home directory. So let's hit here, extract all, next. So it is going to ask you which directory you want to install it to or unzip it to. C drive, program files, or instead of typing it, let's just browse to the home directory. C drive, program files, composite software, CIS 6.2.0. So just hit OK and then hit next. Now it is going to give you a warning if you want to replace all contents, and then just hit yes to all. So it is going to unzip it to the composite information server home directory. So we have successfully unzipped the files to the composite information server home directory. Just click finish. And then there's one last step to do. So go into the command prompt and then navigate to the composite information server home directory. And then run the upgrade patch batch file. Now the upgrade patch has been completed successfully. So you can just do an exit. And now we'll have to restart the composite information server. It has started. Now let us log in into the composite information server. So we have logged in into the composite information server. Now we can see that the service pack 6 has been applied to the composite information server 6.2. Now if you would like to see what are the services that has been installed, you can go into task manager, you can go into processes, and then you'll see that there is a Java process that is running, and then there should be a monitor, which is the composite information server monitor that is running, and then there'll be a MySQL repository database, which is this one out here. MySQL repository is also running as a process, and the Java W is nothing but the studio client. So we have seen how to install the composite information server 6.2 version, and also we have seen how to install the service pack. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.